Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Jan, also known as AVI Designs, and I am AVI Designs on Ravelry. AVI Designs, I believe I'm AVI Designs 1 on Twitter. What else am I on? Instagram, AVI Designs. Yeah, I'm AVI Designs, and then, sorry. When I signed up with AVI Designs name, I didn't realize how popular it was. So on Pinterest, I'm AVI Designs MI. That's what it is. And on Twitter, I'm AVI Designs 1. So you can find me there. Sorry, my cat is helping herself to my knitting corner. Let me see if I can show you. I'm not sure what she's looking for. Oh, Smokey. Smokey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I don't have my guest speaker. He is sleeping. But I guess I have my cat. What are you doing? There's this gap, I swear it's this big, between my sofa and that table. And she has just climbed between it. She's never cared that it was there before. I think she's trying to find new corners where she can get away from my son. Sorry, I've been playing with yarn this morning. So my nose is like itching. I apologize. So again, thank you. Sorry, kind of went off track. I should have a tendency to do that, I guess. It's how my mind goes. Sorry. But I want to thank everybody for joining me, for being patient with me. I don't know why it takes so long for me to upload my videos. They literally take 3 days. So I'm recording this on Friday. Today is the 3/13, where I live. I don't live in the area code of 313. But at one point before they started separating the areas a little more, sorry. Smokey, what are you doing? Crazy animal. Anyway, that I was considered the 313 because it was a big portion of the state of Michigan was 313. Now it's not. So, yeah, the area that is 313, they're doing a very interesting thing for today, and they do it every year. The hospitals in the 313 area code are, oh my gosh, my cat just climbed up my sofa. What are you doing? Did you get yourself stuck back there? You're a nut. Anyway, they are giving the newborn babies onesies that say born in the 313. So it's kind of cute. Anyway, so yeah, so today is 3/13/15, as I've said quite a few times, and it is 41 degrees. Now that doesn't sound warm to some people, but for us, it's warm. It is warm. It's nice. My son has been beside himself, wanting to be outside, which has done wonders for us. I mean, he's a good sleeper anyway, but it has been wonderful for us as far as he sleeps. He goes to bed. I mean, he's pretty much out. He doesn't actually go down to bed till 9-ish, a little bit before 9, but then it takes him a while to go to sleep. And then, so yeah, probably about 9 o'clock, he's finally out, or shortly thereafter. But he's ready to just sit and chill and read or whatever it might be by 8. Yeah, so he's been very happy with that, and as of we have as well, I should say. I haven't done a whole lot of knitting. I'm kind of playing as I'm talking to you with my socks, and I'll show you those later. I've been actually in, and I've said this before, I've been in the studio that I work in, doing custom design items, from knitting to sewing designs. And it's been a busy week this week. I've kind of been in charge due to a family issue with the owner. Really? She just knocked everything off of there. Do not knock that over. Goofy. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so she had a family emergency and had to actually go out of state. So I've been kind of put in charge, I guess you could say, of the shop. And so I was there all day the one day, kind of back and forth with my son, because he won't nap there. I tried it. He won't nap there. He naps here. So I'd bring him back to take his nap and go back. So I've been there kind of, like I said, back and forth all week. So it's just kind of been a crazy day. Today, I think I'm going to start recording on Fridays and putting them up on Fridays, just because trying to do midweek, I like the idea, but I think it just makes more sense to either do it Mondays or Fridays for me. And I think Fridays would be better. For then it gives me that little extra time to maybe actually work on something. Yeah, so unfortunately, also, my son has a little bit of a cold. Nothing real serious, just got a sniffle. I think it's just that change in the weather. So, yeah, so he's just got a bit of a sniffle. Thankfully, I'm doing fine. My husband's doing fine, so hopefully that stays. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes so I don't forget anything. I should just put them on my lap. That would make sense. Okay. As I throw my socks. So this kind of been the week. It's just been a crazy week. The time change at the beginning of the week did not. She's moving the sofa. Like, she is actually, like, I can feel the sofa moving. What are you doing? The weather. I think the weather is, like, getting her. Hey, Goofy. What are you doing? She's gone nuts. She never does this. Anyway. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh, the time change. Yeah, the time change is, it wasn't bothering me at the beginning of the week, because the time change actually happened on Sunday. And I was up, and I was going, and I was doing this around the house, and that around the house before my son got up, and I was behind. Monday, same thing. Tuesday did fine, but it was like Wednesday, Thursday, I was like, I really was tired. I was just tired. By the end of the day, or actually yesterday, by the afternoon, I just wanted to curl up and go to sleep. But I didn't. But I wanted to. But after my son went down to bed, I didn't do any knitting in the evening. I'm usually not an evening knitter. I'm not a night person. I've said that before. I am not a night person. I wish I was, because I would probably get a lot more accomplished. But I am a morning person. Sorry, you might hear, I have a little, after I just said it was warm, I have a little heater fan going. But anyway, I'm a morning person, so I'm up early, and I do get some stuff done, just in a different capacity, because it's kind of like, oh, I just want to relax, I want to have my coffee, I want to, I'll go do this, and then I'll come back and sit, and then I'll go do something else, and I'll come back and sit, and, I just kind of take it slow. Yeah, so it just depends. Anyway, so that's my week. I hope everybody else had a great week. I hope if you're going through the time change, you're having an okay time at it. I've seen a lot of podcasts with everybody having a really rough time with it. But so I hope everybody adjusts soon. Sorry, just didn't want to lose my pop top to my pen. My son will try to eat it. So what's in my mug? I have my spring mug. There's my mug. And it's coffee. After I was just saying about being tired. It's coffee. It's slightly different, and I'm actually enjoying this. I put it's regular coffee, a little tiny bit of sugar, so you don't really need it. And then I put English toffee cappuccino in it. So, without spilling it, you're not going to be able to see it. No, you're not going to see it. Here. Yeah. See? And you see all my mess on my sofa, too. But, yeah, so it's good. I like it. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. I like the coffee shops. Obviously, I don't make my rounds to the coffee shops like I used to. I was never a regular. At one point, as a treat, I would do like a Friday on my way to work when I was working outside the house. I would once a week, Friday morning, go get me what I would call my special coffee, which was a cappuccino of some sort, caramel. Never really a Starbucks fan. We have a local Michigan chain, I guess you could call it. I think they've recently expanded outside Michigan, but I'm not sure. Called Big B's, and I've liked them. I've always been I've never been a black coffee person. I've always liked flavored of some sort. I was never a coffee drinker until I got married and I was working at this one company. Part of it was I sometimes would work long hours at the one company I was working at, and I just needed it. And then after I got married, as a gift, because my husband drank coffee, I got a coffee pot. So I told myself that I had to use it because I got it as a gift. I don't know. Maybe that was somewhat of an excuse. That was quite a few years ago, so that might have just been an excuse. But everybody at the place I worked was teasing me. They're like, "You never drink coffee when you first started here." I'm like, yeah. It's really good. And you'll see that I'm wearing my mitts. I actually put them on, which I could probably take them off now. I actually put them on because I had to heat up my coffee before I sat down here for my podcast. And it was too hot. The handle was too hot. It gets really, really warm. So I couldn't pick it up. So this was really bad. I was doing this with my sleeve to hold the handle. And I'm like, I made these. These would help. So that's why I'm wearing them. But it's cooled off now, so I'm not need to wear them right this second. But yeah, so that is what's in my mug, as many of my favorite podcasters say. So let's get into knitting. My work's in progress. As you can see, I was kind of messing around with it. I think my son sneezed or coughed or something. I'm still working on my socks, and this time I have my labels. I didn't put them on my, did link it onto my page on Ravelry, but I have it actually here. So again, here is my yarn, and it looks, the colors are deeper or richer than they're showing up on here. It's gonna focus. Still focus? No. But it's It's so soft. That's why I picked it out. It is really, really soft. It is wool-free sock by Premier Yarns. And as you can see, I got it at Hobby Lobby. And I like, it's 235 yards. There's actually a pattern included, but oh, which actually uses 2 balls of wool-free sock for 1 pair of adult socks. I think it must be because of the design that's on it. You can kind of see there's a bit of a focus. Maybe. Anyway, I wonder if it's because of the design. So hopefully I have enough in that 1 ball. Anyway, so this is 235 yards, 93% acrylic, and 7%. I don't know what that is. PBT. I'm not sure what that is. And the color is grapes. And yeah, so that is the stock or the yarn I'm using. I actually have this in 2 colors. I have it in the purple that I'm using now, and I also have it in a blue. I actually did get 2 balls of that one. I might have to go on a hunt. I have 2 labels for the grapes. That means I would have 2 balls of grape yarn. That's very interesting. Didn't this one just say grapes? Yeah. Well, I could have swore I only had 1 ball of that and 2 of the blue. I'll have to go on a hunt for that one. I put those 2 together then. Wonder what I do with that one. That will be my mission, is to figure out what I do with the other ball then. I haven't had this yarn very long, so you couldn't have gone too far. But, so this is, I haven't gotten very far. I've only literally done the toe. As I said, I've done, well, I'll show you what I've been working on, fortunately or unfortunately. But there's kind of does that little bit of a pattern like that. There isn't any real purple showing up. There's a tiny little, like, 2 little loops that the purple's showing up, but I'm just working a toe up. And I'm working on the CC's Vanilla Cappuccino sock. I'm using a size 2. These are Addy Turbos is what I'm using. Yeah. Right, these are 2. So hard to read. One. I don't normally wear these. Well, at least on the screen, but it might help. Some of it's just kind of worn, but I think these are 2. US 2 32-inch, so 3mm. Well, so, I mean, it's only that tiny little thing, so it's hard for me to see. I don't wear my glasses much. I just started wearing glasses this year, so I'm not used to wearing them. So I don't, even though I need them. I don't need them, like, for driving or anything. I just need them for doing this kind of stuff. But, yeah, so that's what I'm working on. The pattern, it's a great pattern. It is a free pattern. You sign up for her, I was going to look for it for you. You sign up for her online site, and let me pull it up here. And it'll let you download it. Let's see, because it's by CC Alman. And they actually just did an update on it. And I haven't seen, I think it said that something got changed with the taupe, I think. Java Pearl Designs, CC Elman on Java Pearl Designs. Oh. I'm going to have to go look at that. It says she also co-hosts the weekly video podcast Geeky Girls Knit. I'm going to have to go look at that. So this is there's the sock. So just a basic. And she does the fish lips kiss heel on it. 50. I'm doing the 56 stitches. Doing a small, but I knit. I knit pretty loose. So, but yeah, I mean, I have to say, overall, her pattern. I can't see it; it's too bright. I like how she. Let's see. You can see it. Not. Probably won't adjust properly. But you can kind of see how she kind of grids the pattern. That's my Twitter. Was up. Okay. But you can kind of see, maybe, how the pattern is, if I angle it, you can see it. How she kind of grids the different sections. I like that. She has abbreviations in this box, and she has, this is links to how to do certain things, like to cast on using the Judy's Magic Cast On. So she has basically the things she's used, or everything's in like a box on one page. And I like that, because then I can just, okay, it's there, okay, it's here, okay, it's here. It's a nice layout, so I like it. So yeah, so that is the socks that I'm knitting on. Oh, there. What else? Okay. My sweater. Anybody who follows me on Instagram has probably seen. This is my wonderful, wonderful sweater. I was so proud of myself because I was getting it done. And I thought for sure this week it was going to be done. I stitched the edges, stitched the sides, just like it told me. See, nice side all stitched. Hold this way. Hold that way. And then you're supposed to work it in the round to get the sides, and you go along the bottom, and you stitch it all together, and then I was going to work on the sleeves, and everything was going to be great, and I was going to have this done. As I was collecting stitches for my edge, like it tells you to, I was going along the bottom. There's my bottom. And then I got to here. And I stopped. And I'm looking at it. And I'm going, wait a minute. I stitched my panels on backwards. My knit side is on the inside. My purl side's on the outside. Wrong side, right side. Whichever way you want to refer to it. There's your wrong side. There's your right side. So, here's my wrong side. There's my right side. I have it reversed. I'm like, okay, so I just need to take out my stitching. No big deal. And flip it around. Then I looked at the top. This is the back. It's the first piece I did. Here's the back. This is the inside of my sweater. There's the wrong side. There's the right side. I have the bottom reversed from the top. The top has the pearl on the inside, knit on the, or pearl on the wrong side, knit on the right side, outside. The bottom had the knit on the inside and the pearl on the outside. I had them reversed. So, needless to say, I am taking that whole bottom edge apart. I'm almost there. It's time consuming. It's so time consuming. The time I've put into taking this apart, I could have finished my socks. I could have maybe had the front done of the sweater and maybe started the sleeve. I mean, it's literally that time consuming. I have this little bit here. I think it's like two rows left to take out. But it's like, and literally even just looking at it now is giving me such a headache. I was teasing my husband. I told him what I did. I mean, that, because he doesn't knit, obviously, what I did. And, you know, when I've come across something as an issue or whatever, I tell my husband. And he's like, this sweater sounds more like a hassle. Are you sure you want to keep working on this? And I told him, I said, I'm so close to finishing it. And I told him, I said, this will be one of my most worn sweaters once I'm done making it. Just for the simple fact of all the issues I've had, once I finish it, it's not just sitting in my closet, like my vest I made, that I've never worn. I am wearing it every cool, well, aside from it being washed, but every chance I get, every time we go out somewhere, because this is a more dressy style top, every chance I get, I will be wearing it, just for the fact that it took me this much work. So, yeah. So I'm a bit frustrated with that. So, yeah. So I put that all up, my frustrations about that, all up on Instagram. And thank you for the ladies at Pen Hook and Needles for still cheering me on and making it sound more positive than I feel like it is. But I'm determined. It is not just sitting in a corner now. I'm finishing it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finish it. It's so soft, and I like what I'm working on it because it is such a soft yarn. And the yarn I'm using is, I should tell you, is the Lion Brand Vanish Choice Prints Pearl Mist. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I get paranoid about pen caps with my son, especially this one's small, so I apologize for that. So yeah, that's the yarn I'm using for that I've had for quite a while, but I think it's still in the stores, surprisingly. And it's the pattern I'm using is called the Spoke Sweater by Lori Versace, and I'm using a size 8, 5.0 millimeter needle. I'm using the interchangeable Knitter's Pride. I think they are. I think they're Knitter's Pride. Knitter's Pride. Knitter's Pride Dreams. Yeah, that's what I'm using. Yeah, so that's that, and the other one, and I haven't even touched it, so I don't even know why I'm gonna bother bringing it out. But the other one I'm working on is the Sharia Moore. The sweater, which it just hit me. I guess I could have put this on the pen hook and needles knit along, because it is a sweater. So I might have to do that. Like I said, I haven't done anything with it though. It's using the size. I'm using the pattern Sharia Moore by Ashley Adams Mooncraft. I think I didn't pronounce that right last time either. I'm using a super soft 3. It's called. It's teal, blue, green, and I'm using a size 13 needle. Again, Addi Turbos, and 9.0 millimeter. I haven't really done anything with it. I'm trying to figure out my system because it's easy if you're not paying attention to lose track of how the pattern's going. It's not complicated, but because it's so lacy, it's like you need to do. It's a free pattern. It's like from Knitty 2007. This was put out, but it's very much it has a graph with it, or chart. Sorry, chart with it, and it's knit 2, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1. It's a pattern, but it's easy to go, did I knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, or did I knit 2, yarn over, and now I'm at the knit, and now I need to do another yarn over. So it's easy unless you're really paying attention to say, wait, how far have I gone? Did I finish the end, of this line? I shouldn't say line, but it's just easy to, if you're not concentrating, to kind of lose track where in that round, not that you've ended, but just at what point in that round are you at? I guess is the way to put it. So those are the ones I'm working on. Oh, and the other one I'm working on, and this is in my bag. This is in my Winnie the Pooh box, as I showed you before. This is the from the 150 Thrifty Knits book. I remembered to bring it this time. It's been hiding in my room. And mostly because I have it on a program, so I don't need to carry the book around with me. Though I probably should start doing so. Where is it? Sorry, I should have marked the page. Baby things, husband things. It actually says that, or it says men, things for men. It's in the back somewhere. Sorry. Thought for sure I would just come right to it, of course. I spelt boot toppers. Oh, there it is. It's that one right there is what I'm working on. It says iPod Cozy, but I'm going to use it for, depending on the size, it's either going to be for my iPhone, or I actually have a phone that I use for work, and it's the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. So yeah, so I'm going to use, I like that one. So I'm going to make that. I want to make big, except for this, I basically want to make everything on this page. But yeah, so I'm working on that, and this is in my unknown yarn. It was some leftover that my mom had, which she did make me, because she's like, I don't know where I got that or what I used it for. She actually made me a cowl and a pair of fingerless gloves, which I actually have at work now because it gets very cold at the shop, at the studio. But yeah, so there's the piece that I've done. This is where the pocket goes, and I am doing this on the size 8 interchangeables as well, the 5.0 millimeter needles. You can see my little caps. These caps. especially with having my son around. Because my son, I've said this before, and he's pretty good unless I'm not paying attention to him. And then he wants to play with my needles. So these, no matter how many times he pulls on this, he's not taking my yarn out of there. So I love those. But yeah, that's what I'm making. And again, that's in the 150 Thrifty Knits. The pattern's okay. I think something's missing. I think their numbers are off. Because it's, I can't think of them right now, but it's like you knit this many here, knit like 17, and then knit, or do the opposite. Anyway, and then you're supposed to knit the same as this side. Well, the numbers don't match up. They don't equal out. So it's a little, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to start it over because of that, or just go with it. I haven't really decided. But anyway, so yeah, so those are my works in progress. I have quite a few works in progress. Yeah. Actually, I have a lot more works in progress than I thought I did. Yeah, I didn't think I had that much. Oh, I have scissors and thread in here. This little purse that I picked up before I had my son. So I wanted something I could easily throw in the diaper bag, or just use it on its own, and put some of my sewing stuff in it. A little pair of scissors. It's supposed to have like a phone thing in it, but my phone, I think, yeah, my phone doesn't fit. I made it bigger and the pocket doesn't fit it. Anyway, so yeah, so back to what I was saying. Sorry, got sidetracked there for a minute. Those are my works in progress. I don't have anything off my needles. I was hoping to have my sweater off my needles, but as you can see, I'm putting it back on my needles. Well, putting a section back on my needles. Yeah, so unfortunately, nothing's been finished. Sewing, which I've done over at the studio. I've been working on, I believe I said this before, a baby memory quilt. So I got quite a bit done on that this week. And I think, because I don't have it here, I have it at the studio. But I have a picture of it, and I can kind of show it to you. I mean, I don't have the quilt laid out, but you can at least get an idea of what I'm working on. See if I can pull it up here. Display. Projects. There we go. There's me working in the studio. You can see me it's working on the quilt. Just so you see it, before I realized there was an issue with the back of my sweater. That was it on my mannequin. I know, colors. My window is there. I don't have blinds. I have actual drapes, so if I close them, it's too dark. Otherwise, I would. But that's my sweater. Ugh. I don't remember where my cat went. She's not up in her window seat. There's a window seat there in front of me. And I just realized she's not there either. I don't know where she went. Anyway, so yeah, so that was my sweater before I had to take the back off. Let's see. What other fun stuff? I sew for the crocheters out there. I have been, I think it's on here. This will be my tech segment. I like to add my tech segment. I'm not a super techie person, but I do like my technology as far as I try to use it as much as possible. As far as I use my phone to make my life easier. It doesn't always happen, but ooh. Oh, Denise. I just thought, sorry, this is something I've heard of this. I think my mom maybe used to do this. It's called broomstick lace infinity scarf. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that just gorgeous? I wish I could send that to her. Maybe I'll have to try that later. Screen shooting. Is that the word I want? Everything lately. Yeah. So, back to what I've been pinning. I do like Pinterest. I mean, I find a lot of things, and sometimes it leads me right into Ravelry. But I've actually found quite a few projects. Oh, and there's this other mug. I don't want to say what it is. It's something if I would think I would love to send to a few of the podcasts that I listen to because I think they could use it. But I'm funny about contacting people and saying, hey, send me your information so I can make one of these for you. So, anyway, maybe down the road. I'm looking for, there is my boards. And there is crochet. And there's this vest that I found. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know how that would look on me though, but I think that's gorgeous. I haven't crocheted in so long. This, I so thought of Denise. Isn't that pretty? Maybe Tilly would do it. Or this one. I love the colors in this one. Isn't that great? I mean, the colors aren't showing up as well. But I just thought that was absolutely gorgeous. And what else? What else? There's so many things that I've found in here that I like. Oh, this one. I love that. Same thing. I wouldn't do the tassels. I don't do tassels. I don't know if I do the flower. Same thing. I can handle flowers on certain things, but not other things. And I mean, even when I got married, my wedding dress had three or four. I mean, they were probably about that big around flowers, roses. When I tried on the dress, they had taken them off because they were just pinned on. And then when I got my dress actually in, it had those big flowers on the back, and I'm like, I didn't know this had flowers. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're just pinned on. You just take them off. So I did. I was like, I did not want those big flowers on the back of my dress. Like I said, I like flowers on some things. I'm just not big flower person. Like I wouldn't wear them on like a shirt, like a flower design decoration, but not like an actual standout flower. I don't know. It's just something. That's me. I know. Anyway. Trying to think, what else did I find? I thought this was kind of neat. I don't know what you do with it, but it's how to put a teacup pocket on something. And I thought that was cute. Yeah, so Where's come knit with me. Need some of those. they're crocheted slushy cup bags. And just because they're always doing their sip, I decided that they should have those bags. Anyway, you know what? I know I told you I'm kind of screenshot crazy, so I'm thinking. See, this is how I am during the day. I'm like, oh, I got to show somebody that, and I've been screenshotting things like crazy because I don't know that everybody is. Well, most people aren't on Pinterest, so or haven't found them on Pinterest. So I can send it to them that way. What else? Oh, so as I'm going through, I found some knitting because there's my crochet. I'm kind of on the fence about starting crochet again. I have that pattern that was my grandma's. I don't know. So I found some really pretty patterns in the knitting. I found that one. There's like a shawl. I love the like lacy design on that one. I love that design on that one. That's how I thought that was great. I'm in the spring mode. Cup holder, baby bonnet. I want to make that for my son. That would take me so long though. Sorry. But I would love to make that for my son. I may actually do that. But it's a Lion brand pattern. I think it's free. There's that one. I like that motif. I like that. I don't know what I would put it on, but I do like it. I don't like using the multiple needles though. I really don't. What else? What else? I think the other stuff I've shown you before that I have on here. I think I've shown this to you before. I just still think these are great socks. Aren't those great? I think those are so cool. But it's so, it looks like it would be so time consuming. You know, just little squares and linking squares and linking squares, and knowing my patience level, probably won't be able to do it. I shouldn't say it that way. Okay. But yes, so those are, just a few of the things I've found. I mean, I'm on here all the time, looking for new patterns, new designs, new ideas, and it doesn't help that they actually encourage it by sending me. They send me like the whole, you'd like this, and they're right. I would like that, but I've also been looking at bag patterns. Just for myself. I've said this before. I'm not. I don't think I'm going to sell any bags. I mean, there's so many nice bags out there. And I think it's just going to be just to make them for me. I have these big bags, but I think something a little smaller, a little more compact, pretty with some of the fabrics that I have. I have a lot of fabric. I think that would be nice. So, yeah. I think that's what I'll do. Oh, that's dangerous. See, I should not be on here. I should not. Okay, I'm putting it away. because it's kind of a dangerous thing for me, because I get on here and I start looking, and it like shows up things that I like, and I'm like, ooh, I just pinned this. Ooh, I'll just pin this one. And then I kind of get myself in this situation where I just, instead of doing what I'm supposed to be doing, knitting, I'm finding more things I want to knit. It's like I gotta finish the stuff that I have to begin with. And it's not always knitting that I'm finding. Like right now, I just found a recipe for chocolate pound cake with chocolate ganache. Oh, that sounds so good. I am majorly into, I've just been like craving chocolate, something horrible lately. So, yeah. Anyway. So I will get off this because otherwise I'll be stuck on there forever. Okay, so my little tech corner, other than that, I'm also going to add, let's see, I also want to add this program, and I think I was going to mention it last time and I didn't. It's called Knitting Buddy. And I know there's another lady, and you can kind of see my little icon right there. It's this little knitting guy there. You know what? I probably should use my tablet. Oops. Okay, sorry about that. That was kind of weird. I must have hit something without meaning to. But back to what I was talking about. I have, I'll show it to you on my tablet because I use it more on here. It's called Knitting Buddy, and you can kind of see where you can have your pattern here, and there's this little line that you can move up and down. I don't want to, well, I guess I can. Up and down. You can either shrink, you can actually have a timer to see how long you've been working on it or how long it takes you to do it. And then you can adjust this, you know, up and down for your rows and your repeats. So I've been using this, and I like it. I do like it. I have a couple things I don't care for in it, as far as, or at least I haven't figured out how to do it necessarily. You know, if there is a way, but it does the pattern by screenshots. I think that's part of the reason I've gotten into the screenshot thing. So then I have to pull the pattern up, do a screenshot, move down, do a screenshot, and then it only allows one screenshot at a time. So sometimes if my pattern's here and then I have to move to this page, I have to go back, take that out, put the other one in, look at that one, take that one out, put the other one back in. And so that's kind of a pain. If it would do it as a PDF and just take the whole pattern, that would be better. And I could have swore, because I actually did end up purchasing it. I'm not using the free anymore. I actually purchased it. And it was something like $3 or something. And I like it. Like I said, I like aspects of it. I just wish, and like I said, I could have swore before I purchased it on the one project part. I'm going back into it so you can see. There's the one, you hit projects up in the corner, and then you hit project settings. And up here, if you can kind of see, you kind of have the different settings, you know, how to set your, you know, stitch count or row count, whatever. And then anyway, it says show a track line over the pattern, the project page, using to help track your place in the pattern. And then show a screenshot of the project pattern on the project page. I thought for some reason I saw that it said it would do a PDF, but it doesn't. And same thing, I don't bother me so much if it did, you know, doing screenshots. If it would do, okay, in this you put this many screenshots of the pattern, all of those will then be put on your screen. So as you scroll down, it just goes to next one, next one, next one, next one, next one, instead of going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I mean, it might be my projects tend, except, you know, my sock project, tend to be a little more, few more pages. You know, they're not just a single page. And most patterns aren't single pages. I mean, really. A few are. You know, if you're doing socks, they're all on, that's usually on one page. Yeah, that's very, at least to me, or for the stuff I do, it's very rare. Oh, it's got an Instagram message. I'll have to look at that in a little bit. So yeah, so I do like that program. And just, I don't know. Sometimes like I said, it's a little more, especially with, the Sharia More that I'm working on. And there's a place where you can put notes, but again, I can't see it on the screen. At least that I've been able to tell. I could be wrong. If somebody else uses it, that's fine. They have a YouTube video on how to use it, but they just updated it. So this version's a little bit different than the video that they have up. They are on Ravelry. Maybe I should ask them on there. But it would really be nice to do a PDF that way. I know there's another knitting program. Oh shoot, what is it called? Blooming Knitter uses it, because I know she did a tutorial on how to use it. There's a cost for that one. I think there's a free version too, but I know there's a cost for that one. Yeah, I don't know. So it's kind of, that's why I go between, you know, my normal books and my electronics. You know, I like aspects, I like making my notes, I like seeing where I'm at. My phone has a lot of, because of the type of phone it is, I can physically write on my screen on anything that I want to, and then it'll do a screenshot of what I wrote, which is great. But I mean, working on a project that way, you know how many screenshots I'm going to have, and then I'll have to go through and get rid of certain screenshots, and I considered it, but then I'm like, but then it takes a screenshot. I don't know. I think if somehow to integrate aspects of different programs would be nice. But, so, sorry, rambled on a little bit about that. I'm trying to think if there was anything. It seems like after I'm done with my podcast, I start going, oh, but I wanted to say this, and I wanted to say this, and I wanted to say this. Yeah. But I think I covered everything. Yeah. So I hope everybody who's gone through the time change adjusts well. Oh, I thought of it. I have them right behind me. I'm just going to show you these real quick. Kind of my past projects. See? This one I actually did for my son. While I was pregnant, I worked on this. And yeah, it's nice, and it's got a nice soft little edge. I didn't realize there was a string sewn there. I literally finished this the morning before I had my son. It's kind of been the joke. But anyway, that he was just waiting for me to finish his blanket. But yeah, so I had this pattern for a long time. I've had it for years. And I always wanted to make it for a little one. And the little ones that came, and sister-in-law had a few, and I just never, I would get it out, I would start it, and I never really liked it. Part of what you can tell that I started working on this before I had my son. I literally started this a month after I found out I was pregnant. I didn't know if he was a boy or girl, so I started it in yellow and green and white. So yeah, so I made that for him. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember what the pattern was. I'll have to look it up. But it's like a baby yarn that I used. And then I have this. I don't know what it was supposed to be. Somebody actually started this and then I finished it. But I didn't have enough yarn. I think it was probably supposed to be a blanket. You can kind of see the pattern. So I've actually kept it here. When I get cool at night, I drape it on me. And I just finished it. It's just a, square. And I say, like I said, I have a tendency to, when somebody's working on something, if it's been sitting in a corner, or I've even garage sales, and the person just never finished something and they're selling it for like a couple bucks, I will take it and I'll finish it. If it's a pattern I like, it's like, hey, if I can figure it out, I'll finish it. And this, I actually got they're real big, like size 15 needles. But yeah, so you can kind of see the pattern. I'm assuming it was probably supposed to be a blanket, but most of the yarn wasn't there, so I would have never been able to do that. But I like it because it's nice and I can do this, and I'm nice and cozy. And my son likes it when we're sitting here at night, relaxing before he goes to bed. He sits there and he sticks his fingers through it, and he thinks it's pretty funny. And he sits there and he kind of pulls at the little corners, and he has his own blanket that he sleeps with. He's old enough now. But yeah, he likes to kind of pull at those little openings. So I had to stop him because he was really, found an edge. And he was really pulling at the thread. Or at the yarn. Yarn. And I'm like, no, don't pull on it. You're going to stretch it. Actually, right there. You can kind of see where he was pulling. But, yeah, so those are a couple, past, I guess you could say past projects that I did. And been off my needles for a long time, so I can't count that as an off my needle project because he's been off my needle as well. His blanket for almost 2 years now, and his and this other blanket or shawl or whatever you want to call it, cover, for quite a while. Considered showing you my vest that I made. I keep looking at it going, I really don't want to show people this. I don't know. Anyway. Alright, well, anyway, now that I remembered, again, hope everybody has a wonderful week. Hopefully the weather will continue to get better for everyone. And have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next week, and hopefully I will get this uploaded today, that YouTube or my computer, whoever's arguing, that they will stop arguing and let me load this in one day. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you next week. Bye.